actually see this exact same fucking response over and over again. So I was born, I'm a baby. I'm a baby with a baby's brain. So of course I'm gonna go, oh, it must have been its own misfire. Oh shit, dude. Is there any way for you to check if your YouTube stream is restricted? Why are you saying that? I don't think it is. Why? Because there's not a lot of people watching on YouTube. Is that what you think? Yeah, Hamospitals. Yeah, there's the German chatter is having issues. That one German chatter is having issues in their region. Wait, really? Oh. It's fine for me in Germany. Here, let me fix it. Okay? Are you ready? I'm going to fix it. 1 second. Israel has a right to defend itself. Am Yisrael Chai, Am Yisrael Chai, Am Yisrael Chai. Israel has a right to defend itself. Israel, most moral nation in the world. Israel, best nation in the world. Israel, only nation in the world. In my heart and my soul, I am Israeli. I would love to be Israeli one day. I think that Iran is the scariest country on the planet, much worse than Israel. Iran actually did a genocide and killed 17 million Iranians in 2 days by facilitating the only nuclear strikes that the only nuclear arms that they actually had developed, they developed and used against their own population, as opposed to the fake genocide in Gaza. That's not a real genocide. The real genocide is actually when Israeli feelings are hurt. I love the nation state of Israel. I think Israel should be able to deploy its Jericho 3 nuclear first strike capabilities on every country. I hope one day that Israel actually, if we ever step out of line, maybe Israel will use it on me. Okay? There you go. Is that good? Hopefully this will fix the algorithm, and I will get the algorithmic boost from YouTube as well. $7,000 has been deployed into my bank account. Yes. Is this sarcasm? What the fuck do you think, man? I'm making a joke. Yeah, I love AIPAC. AIPAC is just the democratic wishes of the overwhelming majority's population, who are also stupid because they don't understand how important Israel is. Also, yeah, this was the analysis from Barry, Bonzer Barry, who said they have not stopped hammering Israel for the last 9 hours. During the 12-day war, the attacks will come every 6 to 12 hours typically. They're keeping this tempo up while also striking at over a dozen U.S. bases in the Gulf, hitting vital radar systems and airports too. Now they are closing Hormuz. They haven't fully closed Hormuz yet, but there's speculation that they're going to close Hormuz. Yeah, so it is definitely different. Kamala's out with a statement. Shut the fuck up. Donald Trump is dragging the United States into a war the American people do not want. Hold on. Let me be clear. Let me be clear. Let me be clear.
And pussy too.
Let me be clear. I'm opposed to a regime change war in Iran, and our troops are being put in harm's way for the sake of Trump's war of choice. This is a dangerous and unnecessary gamble with American lives that also jeopardizes the stability in the region.
And pussy too.
And standing in the world. Wait, this is actually, is recklessness dressed up as resolve? I know the threat that Iran poses. Oh, God. I was going to say, this is actually not that bad. And then she goes, I know the threat that Iran poses, and they must never be allowed to have a nuclear weapon. But this is not the way to dismantle that threat. Ay, ay, ay. lending credence as to why this war must be waged while criticizing the way you're waging the war is the most idiotic, lackluster, totally neutered, totally feckless liberal version of I'm doing my part. Okay? It's just you're making concessions. I've said this over and over again, right? I said this during the 12-day war. I said this now. I'm saying this now. If you turn around and tell your audience that actually we have to do something about Iran while simultaneously going, but the way Trump is going about it, I don't like, you're basically saying you have an aesthetic difference. Okay? Why would anybody listen to you? Why would anybody go, okay, so we just didn't follow process? Is that the problem? Because the process is not the problem. It's always fucking form over function with these demons. It's the function that is the problem. Okay? God damn. It's so fucking frustrating to hear these guys do the same song and dance over and over again. Satan Yahoo says Khamenei was targeted.
Today,
I know Khamenei was targeted, but was he killed? That's the question. And the Israeli intelligence claims they are so sure that he was killed. He might have been. But I'm not so sure that the equation changes in a way that suits Israel's purposes if he was, as a matter of fact, assassinated.
in the opening attack, we have targeted the site where Khamenei was. This tyrant who has spread the terrorism across the world, and who was the architect of the plan to destroy Israel. This plan has been destroyed completely. Today, in the open,
It low-key might just allow for somewhere younger, more radical to take the reins. I mean, like, here's the other side of the story, okay? Let's say there is no popular base for the Ayatollah, even though there is, right? I mean, it's not like the majority, but it doesn't matter. It's a significant enough percentage of the population. But let's say that doesn't exist. Let's say everyone is now secular in Iran. They're secular, they're Western focused, they love the West, but they're still anti-Zionist. And they still have a indigenous, missile, indigenous munitions manufacturing industry. And they're still continuing along with their facilities, their underground missile silos, their underground missile production facilities, their underground missile launching capabilities are still there. They're still intact. What does Israel do then? Let's say Iran democratically arrived at the same fears that we all have about Israel. What then? Does Israel let up all of a sudden? What argument do they use at that point? Because at the end of the day, this has nothing to do with Iran's version of governance and everything to do with Iranian sovereignty being an ever-present danger and threat to Israel's ambitions in the fucking region. Okay? I can give you one example that is in line with American interests in the region. Okay? Turkey. Turkey is what they claim Iran should be, right? Turkey's a secular country, even though the leadership is more right-wing and more Islamist than ever before, but it doesn't matter. Ultimately, Turkey has all the functions of the things that they want to implement in Iran. And even the modest pushback that the Turkish government presents to Israel's ambitions in the region, despite the fact that Turkey is a fucking NATO nation, has led Israel to openly say Turkey is the next Iran. Turkey is in Israel's kill list. A NATO country. So even if they turned Iran into Libya, destabilized it, and its reverberations will be felt across the entire European continent, entire world, as a matter of fact. It's a massive country. Let's say they destabilize this country. Let's say they destroy the sovereignty of this nation state. And now you have tens of millions displaced, another refugee crisis, destroying the entire region once again, right? They say they want to go after Turkey next. And Turkey has been in line with Israel's interests in the region because Turkey is a servant of empire, just like Israel is a servant of empire. So it's very clear that their ambitions are actually no longer converging with America's grand design in the region. Their ambitions go beyond. Their personal ambitions, Israel's personal ambitions, is to seize as much territory and ethnically cleanse it to the best of their ability. That is very clear, okay? Because they are a fascist country, and not all fascist nation states are going to exclusively work within the realm of material necessity. Imperialism as the highest state of capitalism, okay? There are certain instances where, even the American government acts out in ways that don't pertain to immediate natural resource extraction when they engage in some aspects of foreign policy engineering. Okay? Haiti is a great example of this. Cuba is another example of this. Like, why the fuck are we constantly destabilizing Haiti? Is it the limestone? Is that what we want from Haiti? Is that, the robust limestone depots that they have that we need? Is it a matter of necessity?